So I mentioned in a previous video that I recently read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. Again, I will recommend it. I found it very useful and helpful. And I just wanted to talk about a little bit about his formula, I guess you'd say, that he introduces in that book. Some of you may have heard it before. The formula is Q, C-U-E, Q, craving, response, and reward. And if you've watched some of my older videos where I talk about the CTFAR model, I thought they actually go together very well. So just as a reminder, or if you haven't seen my videos, the C in the CTFAR model is circumstance. It's neutral. You have no feeling about it until you have a thought about it, and that's the T. And then once you have a thought, that creates or generates a feeling. And then from that feeling, you then have an action, which you do, how you act on that feeling. And then from that action, you get your results. So how would we fit in the Q, craving, response, and reward into that? Well, the Q, I think, would be the circumstance. So let's say, for me, I try to lay out my exercise clothes the night before. So in the morning, they're right there, and it's easy for me to get ready to exercise. So that could be my circumstance, or my Q is my workout clothes are laid out. And then I would have a thought and a feeling about them, and that could be the craving, meaning, oh, they're my exercise clothes. I think I'll put them on and exercise. I always like the way I feel afterwards. So that could be part of that. Or your thought and your feeling might be, ugh, I don't want to exercise. Those are my exercise clothes, but I have to because I put them out and I promised myself I would, and I keep my promises to myself. So anyway, getting back to thought, feeling, craving kind of go together. The next one is your action or your response. So I exercise. I laid out my clothes. I had the thought, there are my clothes. I'm going to put them on and I'm going to exercise. And I like the way I feel after I exercise, so I want to do it. So I do it. And then the response or the result is I do feel better because I exercised. So does that kind of make sense how that can all go together? I thought it was cool. I like making connections like that. So once you understand this idea of the Q, craving, response, and I just went blank. Q, craving. Anyway, it'll come to me. But once you understand that, I think the critical part is that you come up with cues for yourself, things that whether it's a reminder on your phone or a Post-it note, or like I said, laying out your clothes, or something that will be your cue, like, oh, this is what I'm going to do now, and it'll help you create that habit, and then create some kind of good craving for, if you're trying to create a good habit, you want a good craving for it. And if you reward, that was the last R, sorry. So you want to create, you want to crave it so that you'll keep doing it and it will become a habit, right? And so try, what kind of thoughts, knowing the CTFAR model, what kind of thoughts can generate those kinds of feelings and give you the cravings that you want, so that you will do the action, so you'll have the response of working out or eating your vegetables or cleaning your room, whatever habit it is that you are trying to create for yourself, and then response, and then reward. And you reward yourself. I mean, that doesn't mean go and get a hot fudge sundae necessarily, but maybe it's just I did it. A good job. I'm so proud of myself that I did it, and verbalize that, because as you do that more and more, then it makes your body feel good. Even if the compliments are coming from yourself, still say it to yourself. Okay, give yourself a high five in the mirror. Or maybe if you want something more tangible, you go get a manicure, or you buy new shoes, or whatever speaks to you. Reward yourself some way so that you'll keep doing it. Now, eventually, you may not need those kinds of rewards, because you will get into the habit, and you'll think, oh, my life feels so much easier now, or I feel so much better because I'm doing this thing over and over and over, and you won't have to think about it so much, and it won't be something that you have to reward yourself on. But always talk positively to yourself. Always tell yourself you can do it, and I'm so glad you did it, and you tried so hard. And anyway, I know I kind of rambled a little. Hopefully it makes sense. Drop me comments or questions if it didn't. Thanks.